Hi guys. The great thing about Clean Easy is that everybody starts the same way, hoping that you're going to get some profit, hoping that the catalogues are still going to be there when you go back and pick them up, hoping that nobody's going to see you who you know. Is that how it was for you guys? Oh, I've lost the clicker. That's how it was for me. And then it does work. And that was me, like most of you, £217, first check, oh my God, relief, the system works. And most of you will have those checks. Some of you will have had bigger checks than that in your first 4 weeks. Now, all I did was the same as what we suggest for everybody else to do, is to follow the system. And that's exactly what I did, followed the system. I set a goal. The first thing that you need to do, everybody joins to earn some extra money. So setting a goal. Now, it wasn't really money for me because I joined by accident. It was, when I joined, I did join for the money, I could see the bigger picture, but what motivated me was the Monte Carlo trip. And there's the Dubai trip up for grabs now, so you know, that's going to be amazing. But that was really the thing. It wasn't an amount, how much did I want, like £50 or 100. I wanted lots. Didn't specify, but it was the Monte Carlo trip that really was my goal in the beginning. I also followed by reading the books and listening to the CDs. It was actually tapes when I joined, tape cassettes, and was blown away by the information, the support and the training that I think we should get taught at school and beyond before. I'd never heard of anything like that before I came into Clean Easy. And so that was what I did. I did the books, I did the CDs, the tapes at the time, and I attended the meetings to get the training and the understanding too. Retailed, first month was about £800, and lots of you again have started much faster than I did in your first 4 weeks. £1,000 is what we teach, and I shared the business with other people straight away. As soon as that £217 check popped in, I was sharing the business. And again, it works, following the system. 9 months later, earning over £1,000 a month, which was fantastic. More importantly though, the Monte Carlo trip was in the bag. That's what I really wanted. So it's important that you have your goals. Now I know a lot of people in here will already have that. They'll have goals set in place, they'll know how to do goals, because that's a big deal in the beginning. If you've never done that before, if you've never set goals or thought about what you do when you set goals. So for new people, and anybody really, what I suggest is a goal for 2013 is to help some people. Just go out there with our amazing business and show them it, because a lot of people don't even know that it exists. I know I certainly didn't. And also, look at the state of the place outside of our Clean Easy world. It's terrible. I read in the paper, I don't read papers often, and I just found it somewhere, I think I was on a train the other day, and I found The Sun. I don't read it often. It's not the best paper for news, I'm sure everybody agrees, but it said that there is truth in it, even though it's The Sun, that people, parents, are turning off the heating so they can feed the kids. You know, they're losing jobs. I was talking to the guy backstage today, and these conferences that we have, the corporate conferences, what's happening in the corporate world is they're having a conference like this, and they're having rooms of people, and they're saying, right, you guys stay, you guys go, you lot are sacked. In droves, I couldn't believe it. But that's the situation economically. People need our help. They need our support, and they need our business. So let's go and help some people. If that's the only thing you can think about this year, if you haven't got any goals as yet. Share the opportunity. Now, sharing it, just show it. Let the tools do the work. Let the business talk itself with the video online or in the DVDs. Some people, surprisingly, are going to say no to you, okay? Some people are going to say later, they want to see what you do, so you've kind of got a responsibility to get on and make it work. Some people are going to tell you to get lost. I've had quite a few of them tell me to get lost, and I'm sure some of you guys have too. And then some people, again, a lot of my friends laughed at me for joining Clean Easy. okay? They're not laughing anymore, I can tell you that. And some people are going to say, yes, I want to join, which all you guys have done here. And they're going to say yes, and they're going to change their lives, just like I've done. And they're not only going to change their lives, they're going to change your life as well, because you've helped them and you've shown them the business. Now, what I suggest, this is my suggestion, you don't have to if you don't want, but this is what I suggest, is to help at least 15 people, okay? At least 15. Now, we've got Stuart and Robin with this circle around them of like 40. They've just gone mad for it and they're just doing fantastic. I think a big round of applause because they're amazing in their PSG. Brilliant. They're leading the way, you know? But we're talking about a measly 15 people. Now, the reason I say this is because in 2010, this is what I did. Didn't have any specific goals, so I went off and thought, right, I'm going to get this 15, what we call 15 active wide. And what I realised is that the rest comes naturally. And it's fantastic if you get this in place. You go and help some people get out of the dodgy situations, threatened with redundancy, you know, struggling with shopping bills and electricity bills and all that boring stuff. Who wants to be in a position that's bored? Nobody really, but they don't know we're here. So go and help them. 15 active wide. Here's a few things that happen naturally. Change their lives, help them make an extra bit. Just an extra bit changes people's lives. If you do that 15 people, aside of any business you've already got, you're going to get an extra £1,500 income yourself. So you may have nothing at the moment, you may be brand new, an extra £1,500 part-time, or you may already have a 3 or 4 10 grand check, and you're like, you know, you can always use more, can't we? You're 100% control and responsible for finding those 15 people yourself. And so you're not relying on anybody to build your business and to help get your income. You can decide, this is where I'm going, this is how much I want to earn, this is what I want to increase my income by, and this is what I can do. And as I think Jackie White says, value everybody in your team, but you're not relying on anybody now. You can do this yourself. Sales plan progression, moving up. The trips come, they just come. I'd ruled out New York in 2010. Nobody to work with. No, it's not just happening. I'm just going to go and do this 15 people. And what happened? New York came, naturally. And you find your new leaders. You find people who want to move with you and do what you're doing. And super important, the biggie is the duplication. You get the duplication, a profitable business with 15 around you, and then your team go and do the same. Everybody's making some great money. What could be better? Now, this thing is called your personal sales group. These people around you that belong to you and anybody that comes off of them as well. It's difficult to explain. It's your personal sales group. And I was trying to think of some clever way of using this PSG to some other way, and I couldn't actually come up with anything clever, so I just called it people sounding good. I'm not very bright, you know, I couldn't think of it. So, people sounding good, think of it like that. And what I mean by that is people come into this business sounding good with the right kit, the right business kit that'll get them into profit within 4 weeks. Okay? And that means plenty of catalogues, loads, so that you can get your money back and make a profit in your first 4 weeks, because that's what we're here for, to make money. So make sure it's the right kit. The right posture. I talk about this a lot. I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about posture. And what I mean by that is that new people, when they come in, they only have what you can give them. And if you give them your posture of belief, of certainty, of confidence, of this will work for you, I know you will not fail. If you inject that into your new people, or even just when you're before your new people, when you're on the phone and when you're doing your appointments, if you've got that, I've got the golden goose, I'm willing to share it with you if you want it, but only if you want it. If you've got that kind of posture, you can instill it from right before they've even signed in, and that gives people the confidence. And give your posture to them before they've got the confidence themselves to take them through to profit in the first 4 weeks. Commitment to the system, that's the normal basic retail, webinars, easy reach meetings, the learning and coming to meetings. That's it, simple. Get commitment for that. People signed in good. Ask them, are you committed to come into that? Are you going to do that? And get them to say, yes, I'm going to be part of the system, because it's not just, as we know, about putting out a few catalogues. It's bigger than that. People signed in good by you knowing their goals. That's key, crucial. Everybody has a goal, a reason why they join. So if you know that, you can work much more effectively with your people to sign them in and get them into profit by knowing it, because you can focus on their goals too. Now, by doing this 15 active-wide thingamajiggy, this is what happened in 2 short years. £2,000 extra on my cheque in 2 years. Thank you. I didn't tell you my story. I worked full-time in a job when I first started. Getting to £1,000 income was round a full-time job. I'm a single mum. Haven't had a job for about 8 years. I'm pretty much unemployable, I would suggest. Great. Be unemployable. Employ yourself. And I'm a single mum. But what I'm showing you this cheque for is that any one of you can decide to have that whenever you choose. It doesn't matter if you're brand new today or if you've been in a long time, 5 years, 10 years. I'm going to show you in a second my business. This is my business. This is my 13th year in Clean Easy. And I decided a couple of years ago, after a rubbish year of my life, I'm not going to go into detail obviously, but everybody has a rubbish year of your life, every probably 5 years I guess. You have one of them, I don't know. But I as I say, I had no goals, no sort of what to do. And so what I did do was just have this 115 active wide thing. That's why I bang on about it, because it changed so much for me to have that direction. Also, to show you my business is that it's at your own pace. And it's based on decisions that you make. You can see in year 1, I made a decision and I went fast and I went over £1,000 in my first year. But then you can see that I mooched along a bit and I had to do some learning and growing in the business. That's what we all have to do. We all have to be worth. If you've never earned £1,000 extra part-time, then you've got to believe that you're worth an extra grand on top of what you're already doing. So that's what I did the first year. And then I kind of floated along a bit with things. And then I made another decision. You can see the decision points here, 3 and 4. You can see them. Decision, and I went up again. And that's around the time I got Kev Ryder. And then I had Max, my son. I'm a single mum, year 4, and maintained again. And then I made another decision. That's when I got Caroline and Paul Blacksaw. So you good people come later, is my point. So I moved, and then in 2009, 2010, I made another decision. So you go through your business making these decisions, and it's when it's right for you, when life's right for you, to move forward, but it can be made at any point. The other thing that we also did at that point, I had 2 major decisions. 15 active wide and teach it downline, and also to restructure our coaching system. Myself, Neil Young, fantastic sponsor, and Kev Ryder, fantastic team leader in my business, we got together to restructure our coaching. Now, it's a restructure, that's all it was. Nothing new. Same old system, just as what everybody in here does, exactly the same stuff. The reason we did that was to make it easy to teach. Okay? Easy to teach, easy to learn, easy to duplicate, easy to measure, and easy to review. Oh. There we go. Now, everybody comes in and you've got to do the business yourself, retail sponsor, and then show it to others. And so we thought we're going to restructure what we do and have a look and review what we do. This is what everybody does. All we did was say, right, what do we do from the beginning of when you get going and you need to build, and what do you do at the end? And all we did actually was put numbers on it. This is the list of our 10 steps. We are the 10 steps team. 10 steppers! Woo! And this is what we did. It was nothing that we don't already do, that I hadn't been doing for years before. It was just that we put some numbers on so that we can easily measure, easily teach. Because for me personally, I can do the business. I know how to sponsor, I know how to retail, but it's not the same as teaching it to somebody else either, is it? Doing it yourself's not the same. And as I say, Kev Ryder in my business, fantastic, natural coach. Just a natural, he explains things wonderfully and brilliantly, fantastic. Carol in Blacksall is a teacher, or was a teacher. So they've got the skills naturally, or by learning throughout their career. Me personally, not that natural or perfect a teacher. So now a simple system so that it can be easy for anybody and duplicatable. So that's the 10 steps that we do. And just a few words on how we coach it. It's all in one place. So when I'm telling somebody something, it's in one place. An email here, a bit of paper there. You know, it's all been just shoved together in a workbook. We do monthly workshops for people. We do webinars, we do Skype. I think everybody's doing that now. And massively on recognition. That's what we do. So it was just a little bit there about what we do, what we change. There was 2 decisions. My decision to move forward. My decision to have this 15 around me, this 15 active why, this people sounding good. And the coaching, which is key to everything. So, for profit and sustainability, you've seen this already, but I'll show you it again. Give it time. Excuse me. Give it time. To get the profit, you've got to be here in 5 years' time. To get the profit, you've got to be here. And one of my biggest successes, I guess, is I'm still here 12, 13 years down the road where the money's coming. You know, so be here. Have the goal. Small at first, and then they get bigger as you go along and you learn and develop. Be hungry to learn and be hungry to grow. Be teachable in what you do and aim for this 15 active wide. Teach the system, and as we say, coaching is key, but also as a new person here, be willing to be coached by blind faith. Okay, so that's it from me, guys. Have a fantastic year. Think big PSG and then think bigger. Step up, come on the team.